Hello and welcome to this free training video. If you're watching this, you're likely a real estate agent in Australia who's looking to level up their social media game, and that's exactly what I'm here to show you. So I'm going to be going over exactly what you need to know and what you need to do to build up a real successful personal brand on social media that not only is an asset in the long term in terms of your branding, but also actually brings in listing opportunities. This is not some get rich quick, get some listings next month kind of thing. This is a long-term strategy that you can use that will actually skyrocket your business and build a real asset for you. So I know you're probably busy, so I'll just keep it quick and let's hop right into it. So this is how you can build your brand and become the prospected. Now, quick disclaimer, we are a business and we do have something that we offer. I'm not here to sell you on some brand new AI system that's never been seen before. These are timeless principles that are used in every single industry, not just in real estate. If you watch this video, you'll see why this stuff actually logically works. Then, if you'd like to learn more about what we actually offer and how you can implement this for yourself, you can book a call below. Sound fair enough? Great, let's get into it. Now, why do you actually need a personal brand in the first place? Unfortunately, as a real estate agent, your offer has become a commodity. Every real estate agent does the same thing, and the only way to differentiate yourself on your offer is by actually reducing your commission rates, which obviously we don't want to do. So therefore, you need to actually have people wanting to work with you specifically. You need to build up that know, like, and trust factor with your audience, with your farming areas, just be known and really saturated in the farming areas, have people know you and want to work with you, right? As well as that, your agency's branding isn't enough. While you may work at Ray White, Jellis Craig, McGrath, all these kind of prestigious, companies, the branding won't carry you. Essentially, you need to have your own brand. You need to have people wanting to work with you specifically, right, as a person. So as well as that, it also pre-sells your prospects on you, right? So if you have your database, you're following up a lot, you're putting out a lot of good content, showing a lot of value, then people will actually resonate with you a lot more and feel like they already trust you and know you and that kind of thing, right? So that's why you need a personal brand. Now, is this for you? So this is for agents who actually want to be prospected, right? Who want inbound opportunities. If you're doing outbound right now and it's all working really well for you, that's awesome. I'm happy to hear it. But inbound is just a different game at the end of the day. It's a super high leverage. That's the main thing. Now, it's also for agents who are not afraid of being seen, because when you're building a personal brand as an agent, you need to be able to put yourself out there. You need to show your face, show a bit of your life, and that's also very important, right? This is also for agents who want predictable client acquisition. So you might be getting most of your listings from repeat business or referrals, which is great, but unfortunately it's not as predictable. So this is to help you actually get more cold people in and more opportunities flowing, right? Get your lead flow up and your pipeline filled. And this is to get more leverage on your time and efforts, right? Because this kind of stuff that I'm going to talk about, it's not one-to-one stuff like cold calling or messaging or whatever. It's actually a one-to-many, which is really high leverage, and it can definitely serve you a lot. All right, so what do you actually need to have a successful personal brand? These are the three pillars of a successful personal brand, and this is whether you're a big-time influencer or whether you're a local real estate agent. They're the brand foundations, the brand messaging, and your conversion mechanism. Let's hop into what these three all are. All right, so your brand foundations, these are essentially your intangibles. These are the things that you actually decide on beforehand so that you know that you're going in the right direction with your branding efforts, right? Because if you think about what branding is from a first principle point of view, all it is an association between you and something else, some sort of feeling, concept, idea, right? So you really have to define what that idea is. What do you want people to feel when they see you, when they come across your pages, right? What kind of agent do you want to be known for? So these are things like your core values. So what kind of agent do you actually want to be? Your unique value proposition, what makes you different from your competition, your ideal client profile. So who actually can you serve best, or do you want to serve best? For example, you could only be doing luxury listings or working only with upsizers, that kind of thing. The more specific your terminology is for your ideal client profile, the better you can actually target them and the better your marketing message will actually resonate with them. And this could even just be picking one specific suburb as your farming area and trying to dominate that and then only calling out those people, right? As well as that, there's also your offer. All right, so we've got your brand foundations, which is essentially what kind of agent you actually want to be. What do you want your brand to look like? What message do you want to put out there? Now, how do we actually get eyeballs on you? That's where the brand messaging comes in. And now this can be done in two key buckets, right? This can be either organic or inorganic, which is more content or paid advertising. When it comes to organic content, really the key here is consistency. At the end of the day, if you're showing up enough, if you're serving enough impressions and you're providing good value and entertainment for people, they will resonate with you, right? That's one of the main things. And now a lot of people also think that content can be used to really just get more people in and more people flowing, maybe even to go viral. But at the end of the day, do you really want thousands of people seeing you all across Australia? Or would you rather a few hundred, maybe 500 in your farming area of all homeowners who are potential clients there, right? These are actual prospects, not just randoms all across the world. So the way we like to use it is a lot more as a nurturing and a follow-up tool. So essentially you have people there, you have your database there, and what you want to do is consistently post to them because it's a very high leverage form of follow-up. So let's say you have 500 people following you who all live in your local area, potential homeowners. You post one post and you're reaching 500 people. That's a very, very high leverage form of follow-up, right? So I hope that makes sense. And when it does come to your content, the goal here is essentially just to build a know, like, and trust factor, right? We want people to be pre-sold on you before they actually choose an agent. We want people to just see you showing up all the time, become omnipresent. And you do that through either educating or entertaining. Those are the key kind of buckets that your content styles can be under. And if you do a good balance of those, you'll definitely engage a lot of people and build a lot of trust with people. Now, unfortunately, the constraint of organic content is that the reach is limited, right? So that's really where paid advertising comes in. Essentially, the idea is that paid advertising can get cold people in, and then your content can warm them up and nurture them over time, right? Now, people might tell you that paid advertising is this or it's that, but fundamentally all it is you're paying for the real estate in front of people's eyes. Now, if you put a message that people don't resonate with in front of them, they're not going to click, they're not going to take the next action. If you do, then they will. That's fundamentally what it is. Now, within the context of real estate, as an agent, you can really just advertise two ways. You can either be going for brand awareness, where you're not necessarily expecting direct ROI, but you're just building up that omnipresence, or you can go for lead generation, which is more the bottom of funnel, where you're really going in for the kill, right? Trying to get the leads in. Now, a good balance of both is ideal. Ideally, you have some brand awareness as top of funnel, showing you off, getting people introduced to you, and then the more people who engage with you, you actually target them with lead generation stuff, but this can really vary. Now, when it does come to lead generation, there's mainly two offers that you can run. So these are either going for a price update, so appraisals, offering that, or offering some sort of free value in the front end. So that could be something like a guide, an ebook. It could be 5 tips on maximizing the value of your home. That's something we've seen and we've done before. Anything like that to get the introduction going, right? And get the lead information in exchange for some sort of value. Now, last but not least, you need a conversion mechanism. So we've got your message, we've got what kind of agent do you want to be, we've got eyeballs on you, but now how do you actually convert those eyeballs? This is your conversion mechanism. And it's essentially a process of taking people from viewer to actually engaging and becoming a lead or becoming an appraisal in this case, right? This can be done through call to actions, it can be retargeting ads. So that's where you actually target a specific kind of person. So let's say everyone who has engaged with your Facebook page before. You can use landing pages, which we use for a lot of our clients. They work really well because they can help sell the appraisal, sell the agent a lot more. You know, you can have some testimonials, you can have some reviews, videos, whatever you want on there. As well as that, there's email marketing, direct messaging, essentially any form of getting the conversation started. Now, one of the biggest, mistakes that I see a lot of agents doing is that they'll do like flyer drops or they'll do bus ads and they'll just have their phone numbers as the call to action of like, call me here. But unfortunately, we live in a time where not a lot of people actually like to pick up the phone and call people, especially not agents. So if you lower that activation energy and you give them something like a landing page, like a QR code that sends them to a landing page where all they have to do is fill out a form to find out the value of their property, that's a lot easier. And it's a lot easier for people to come in, right? You're gonna get potentially lower quality leads because they're not as high intent, but you're gonna get a lot more people flowing in. And I'd say you're better off getting more leads in the front end and qualifying them on the back end rather than getting very few in the front end and then having only very little in the back end, right? So I hope that makes sense. Now, when it comes to the 3 pillars, if you're missing one of them, it's almost like you've got a hole in your bucket, right? Let's say you're missing your brand foundations. You might have a lot of people seeing you and you might be able to convert some people, but you don't actually have a brand that resonates with people and that people like. Haven't built up that know, like, and trust factor with people. If you're missing your brand messaging, you might have a really good brand that people like, and you might be able to convert some people, but not enough people to convert. And then if you're missing your conversion mechanism, you could have a really good brand that people like and resonate with. You could have a lot of people seeing you, but you're not actually converting enough of those people. So I hope that all makes sense. Now, these are some of the biggest misconceptions that we see agents have all across Australia. We've done a bunch of workshops with all these agents across Australia, and they all seem to think the same things. Lead generation will not solve all of your problems. So sure, more leads is going to be more business, and that is always going to lead to more money, right? That's great. But at the end of the day, this is more for longer term thinkers. This is more for people who want to build up an asset that is their brand that will exponentially help them and compound into something great that will help them over the long run, right? You could be running some generic lead generation ads, getting some people in right now just for your next listing. That's great, cool. But at the end of the day, what you want to do is you want to saturate your market. You want to be known in your farming area. You want to be the go-to agent and an actual competitor, not just someone who's running generic ads with, no faces on them. You know what I mean? That you really want to build up a real asset that is your brand, not just, getting some quick wins, right? Now, another one is not showing the person behind the agent. So when it comes to organic content, a lot of agents seem to think that they can just post their listings, like just pictures of listings, and that's it. But like I said before, if you think about it in the terms of your content is there to nurture people, how do you actually nurture people when all you're showing them are houses? Sure, you're showing off that you're capable and you're listing houses, but at the end of the day, people work with people. You need to give them a reason to like you. You need to give them a reason to trust you, right? So show a little bit of your personal life. Show a bit of, a picture of you out to dinner with your friends or something along those lines to really connect with people a lot more. And as well as that, boosted posts are not the same as meta ads. Now, boosted posts will get eyeballs. That's great. We love them. But at the end of the day, when you're running proper Meta, Facebook, Instagram ads, you need to actually know what you're doing, and you need to have more specific targeting. And the benefit of Meta ads is that you can actually look at all the stats, right? You can make decisions based off statistics, not just gut instinct and emotion. You can look at the CTRs, the click-through rates. You can look at how many clicks you're getting, your cost per click, your cost per lead, all these different statistics and analytics that actually can help you make informed decisions to optimize your ads over the long run and not just boosting posts just to get more exposure, right? Okay, so I've talked a lot, but what does this actually look like? What do the 3 pillars look like in action? What does a perfect omnipresence funnel look like? Well, let me show you. All right, so this is the social funnel. Now there's a few different versions of this, but this is a generic one that kind of goes over everything, right? So essentially at the top, we start off with cold traffic and then we warm it up, we filter it down until we get an appraisal at the end. And what we want to start off with is as many people in the top as possible. So that can be through your organic reach. So whatever content you're posting, however much that reaches already. This can be Facebook and Instagram ads. That's what we like to use because that's what we know best. But this could be any other form of advertising like YouTube as well. Or it could even be offline marketing, right? Any form of marketing that you do, flyer drops, letterbox drops, all this kind of stuff. Anything of getting people into your ecosystem, right? Now you can funnel them into your social media profiles where they can follow you and they can get nurtured by your content. They can see you, see what you're about, that kind of thing. Or you can send them to some sort of opt-in. So this is really the lead generation kind of path I was talking about, where you can either give some sort of price update or you can give a free value, right? Some sort of report, something like that, in exchange for lead information. And then once they're into the system, this is really where the magic happens. Because the goal here is to just nurture people over the long term, right? Because not everyone is ready to list their home right now. Only a very small fraction are. So the people who are, they'll go to the bottom. The people who aren't, they get caught in essentially this net of retargeting and nurturing and omnipresence. So the goal here is to show up on their Instagram, show up on their Facebook, show up on their emails, on their SMSs. Maybe you called them last week. You just want to be everywhere over the long term so that you stay top of mind. And then when they are ready to actually transact, they'll have an agent that's in mind, right? And you've built up that know, like, and trust factor with them so that they already know who they want to go to. Then when they are ready to go, send them to your conversion mechanism, which in this case is a landing page, and then they can opt in, they can go through the system, and they can actually get in contact, and you've got a hot lead, right? Does that all make sense? I hope so. It's quite simple at the end of the day. Now, I do have a question for you. Does this look like something that you'd like in your business? If so, I encourage you to click down below and book in a free 30-minute workshop with our team. In the workshop, you'll discover what's currently working for our clients, a personalized audit of what you're actually currently doing, and also actionable advice on the next steps to building your personal brand. And that's with or without our help. If we're not a good fit, that's cool. You can always implement this stuff yourself. So I encourage you to go down below and book in your free 30-minute workshop with our team. And yeah, I'm excited to see you on the call.